What's up, YouTube friends? Now Easter's right around the corner, so today I'm going to show you how I'm going to decorate my eggs this year. Now I've never done it this way before, but online the results looked pretty awesome. So the things that you're going to need to make these speckled hard-boiled eggs are some hard-boiled eggs, rice, some food coloring. Today I'm going to do 6 different colors, the classic red, yellow, green, and blue, and I'm also going to do the purple and the pink from the neon pack. You're going to need some white vinegar. You're also going to need some sort of container to put our rice dye mixture in. I'll be using these little plastic containers that I have. They're for the freezer and they come with a lid, so I think that'll be mess free. You could also just use a plastic cup with saran wrap and a rubber band, or even a plastic sandwich baggie. I'll also be using these popsicle sticks just to stir up my rice and dye mixture. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and boil yourself some eggs. If you don't know how to do that, this is how I like to do it. So I have 12 eggs here in my pot. I covered them with about 1 inch to 2 inches of water. Now I'm just going to crank it on high and let them come up to a boil. After it's come up to a rolling boil, I'm just going to shut off the heat. I'm going to stick a lid on it, and I'm going to set my timer for 10 to 12 minutes. I usually just do 12 minutes. Now after the 12 minutes is up, I'm just going to go ahead and dunk my eggs into some ice water. You could just run cool water over it if you want to, but this will cool them down faster. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour 1/4 cup of rice into each of our containers. Now I'll be doing 6 colors today, so I have 6 different containers. Alright, so to one of your containers here, we're going to add some food coloring. Now I like to do one color at a time. That way when you get to the other rice, it's not all dried out. So I think I'll start out with the yellow here, and I'm going to add 10 to 15 drops to my rice. And a little splash of white vinegar, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon to 1/4 of a teaspoon. And with my popsicle stick, I'm just going to stir it up. Alright guys, so that looks good to me. Now I'm just going to take one of my eggs, and I just wipe these off with a paper towel to make sure they're really dry. I'm going to carefully stick it in my container, add my lid, and carefully shake it around. So now it's all shook up, it's evenly coated. So now with my dry fingers, I'm going to carefully remove my egg. Now it said as long as your fingers were dry that you're not going to smudge or smear the dye. So now I'm just going to set it back over into the egg carton to dry completely. So I'm going to do 2 eggs in each color. So I'm just going to see, without adding any more dye, if this will cover one more egg. So I'm just going to shake it around. It's definitely a paler yellow than compared to the first one. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to add 5 more drops of my dye to my rice. Stir it around. And coat it one more time. Much better. So now I'll move on to purple. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with all of my colors. So I have my 1/4 cup of rice, 10 to 15 drops of my food coloring, a splash of white vinegar, and just stir it up. Now I'm just going to take my egg and plop it in and shake it up. So I'll bring it back when they're all finished. Alright, so here's my finished eggs, and I think they turned out great. I especially like this purple one and this blue one because you can still see a little bit of the eggshell poking through. Now I'm just going to go ahead and set this off into the refrigerator and let them dry completely. After they're dry, you can just go ahead and knock off any of the rice and put them in your basket. Alright guys, so here's the finished speckled eggs, and I think they turned out great. This one right here happens to be one of my favorite. It's the purple. And I also really love this blue one. Now these are really fast and really easy and relatively mess-free. Now here's all that dried up rice. All I did was go ahead and put it on a piece of paper towel, let it dry completely, and wouldn't a kid just love to play with some colored rice? I hope you enjoyed this video on how I dyed my eggs using rice. If you like this video and want to see more of my videos, go down below and hit the big red subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. If you have a question about this video or any of my other videos, or would like to leave a suggestion for a future upcoming video, leave me a comment. And as always, thanks for watching, Happy Easter, and I'll see you next time.